sections of the speedway. There are 4 turns, each a quarter-mile in length from entrance to exit, and 2 straights, each measuring 5/8 of a mile. Altogether, these add up to a total track length of 2.5 miles. You're probably beginning to feel the effects of our banking as we enter turn 2. Each of our turns maintain their original 9 degrees and 12 minutes of banking, the same as in 1909. By comparison, Daytona International Speedway in Florida has 31 degrees of banking in its corners. The aerodynamics of Indy cars make them more suited to lower banked tracks.
Is this part of the road course here?
If you look to your left, some of the viewing mounts are coming into sight. These are located throughout the infield of the track and are used by general admission ticket holders. Coming into view on the right are the Turn 2 suites. Constructed in 1973, these suites offer a close-up vantage point to the action on track for VIP guests and sponsors. As we ride along the backstretch, you'll note that the surface is asphalt, the only change from the original layout. If you're wondering what happened to all those bricks, most of them are still beneath us, buried under several layers of asphalt. You may now notice a golf course on either side of us. The original course was opened in 1929. There have since been various configurations culminating with a major redesign in 1992 by legendary course designer Pete Dye. There are now 4 holes on the inside of the track and 14 beyond the back straightaway to your right. If Indy cars were on the track right now, you would see them speeding by at roughly 235 miles an hour or 378 kilometers per hour. This would allow them to cover a football field in 9/10 of a second. For safety purposes, we keep our buses restrained to a more leisurely pace. The Speedway has seen many forms of racing in its century plus of existence. Hot air balloons and motorcycles held competitions even before automobiles took to the track. IndyCar, NASCAR, Formula One, and sports cars have all held major events here. Motorcycles returned in 2008, and even airplane races were held in the skies close to where we are currently touring. Coming up on your left is one of the more recent permanent additions to our facility, a quarter-mile dirt track. This was installed in 2018 in part to honor USAC and IndyCar driver Brian Clausen with the BC 39 Midget Car Race held in conjunction with the Brickyard 400. This has become a premier USAC event with over 100 entrants in the first year. As we travel through Turn 3, be sure to look along the white walls on either side of the track. You will notice the SAFER barrier in front of the hard concrete. SAFER is an acronym for Steel and Foam Energy Reduction. This safety feature was developed by researchers at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in conjunction with the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It was first installed here in 2002. The SAFER barrier is responsible for saving many drivers from serious injuries and can now be found at nearly all major racing facilities in the United States. Famed World War I flying ace Eddie Rickenbacker purchased the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in 1927. Captain Rickenbacker competed in the 500 before he learned how to pilot an airplane. He successfully guided the track through the Great Depression with no halt in racing. There were no events held here from 1942 through 45 as a result of World War II. Unlike the First World War, where the ground served as an aviation repair and refueling depot, the track was largely unused and began to be reclaimed by nature.
Part of the road course there.
At the urging of 3-time 500 winner Wilbur Shaw, Terre Haute, Indiana businessman Tony Holman saved the track from demolition in 1945, purchasing it for $750,000. Under Holman George leadership, the Speedway prospered and became the worldwide icon known today. In January of 2020, the track was sold to longtime race team owner and entrepreneur Roger Penske. If you look left, portions of the north end of the Speedway's road course will come into sight. Though early track renderings called for an interior road course, it took until the turn of the 21st century for one to be finally installed.
Briscoe, right?
The current
Right, yeah,
layout
yeah.
measures 2.439 miles in length with 14 turns. Here we are on the front straight. A large portion of the 250,000 plus permanent seats can be seen. Combined with the viewing mounds, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway can hold upwards of 350,000 people. This means the entire population of Cincinnati,
I sat up there
Ohio,
for the 2016
or the
Brickyard.
country
Wow,
of
yeah.
Iceland, could find space to watch events here. The Indianapolis 500 holds the distinction as the world's largest attended single-day sporting event. There is a wall separating the racing part of the front straight from pit lane. The original version of this was installed in 1957 and may have been the first of its kind anywhere in the world. Coming up on the left is Victory Podium, and adjacent to it, the Pagoda. The iconic structure has 10 floors, and its height is equivalent to a 13-story building. Opened in 2000, it is the location for timing and scoring, master control, media
Pagoda.
broadcasts, and private suites. Running through the Pagoda and onto the racing surface is a link to the past, the Yard of Bricks. Every brick you see dates back to the original surface in 1909. The front stretch remained predominantly brick until October of 1961, when the entire track was paved with asphalt except for this narrow strip.
The checkered flag is up! Goodyear makes a move! Little Al wins by just a few tenths of a second! Perhaps the closest finish in the history of the Indianapolis 500!
A unique tradition has developed involving the bricks. After winning the third running of the Brickyard 400 in 1996, Dale Jarrett wanted to pay homage to the storied history of the track. Dale and his crew made their way to the Yard of Bricks, knelt, and gave them a kiss. This tradition is now performed by winners of every major event held here at the Speedway.
Well, now you have the opportunity to go out and visit the famous Yard of Bricks.
Oh, yeah.
There are 588 of them in that yard.
Oh, yeah.
You'll also find that 2 of them are very special because they're bronze. The first one was placed there in 2011, recognizing 100 years of the track, even though we did not have the 100th running until 2016. The second bronze brick was placed there last year, recognizing A.J. Foyt and his 4 500 wins here. The plans are this next year to add 3 more bronze bricks. One for the late Al Unser Sr., next one for Rick Mears, and a final one for our newest member of a 4-time winner, Helio Castronemes, from May of this year. We'll step out on the track surface. I'll give you some more information while you're out there. If you want pictures, Jeff and I are available. Use your camera to take them.
Bunch of stuff getting off. It's a real slick.
Oh, yeah. Here we are. I came here this year for the first road race. It was fun.
Oh, yeah.
NASCAR road race. My friend and I were saying should they really done it? They should have kept it on this oval.
Well, they didn't really like it on the oval, and the attendants have been dying over the years. With NASCAR, without the banking, they have to brake going into the turns.
Yeah.
And that's just something they're not used to.
Yeah. Well, you know, I like when we came here in 2019. A lot of people my friend and I say it's fun to listen to people cuss when Kyle Busch crashes out. Yeah.
Yeah, they did dent the barrier, the safer barrier.
Nathan, is this fun? It's gonna come out on the track. I gotta take a picture here. Hold on.
Buildings that you see here, the media center, Victory Podium, the Pagoda. These are the former Formula One suites and garages. Were all built between 1998 and 2000 in preparation for Formula One coming here. In 2001, we redesigned the starter stand.
He's moving. It's tight.
You guys are the exact duplicate of the crow's nest off the USS Indianapolis.
To the track.
Formula
Right there.
One used the road course here from 2000 to 2007. In 2008,
You can see where the cars scrape. Where the cars have hit the bricks?
Oh, look.
Wow.
You can see where the cars are scraped.
Nathan, what if you had your Jeff Gore hat? Would you been out and kissed them?
We milled up 2.5 inches of asphalt and laid down 2.5
Did you want to take a picture of us?
Then in the spring of 2005, we diamond grind the surface. That's what gave the bricks, as you see, some of them have a groove effect in them. The diamond grinder on the asphalt created what we call grip for the tires. So the track, as you see, has not been anything done to it other than a sealer coat in 17 years.
What the hell is doing that now?
Oh, there it is.
Press the ones. He's taking pictures.
Road course. Alright. See, touch the fence here. So this is what that's here. See, this thing's so heavy. Touch it. Nathan, see, you see that ladder right here? That's how you climb up there. Would it be nice if we were able to climb up there? What? I don't know if I'd be
I
sitting.
don't think we should.
Do you want to take a picture of us? Hey. Did you want to do it again?
Just on our own.
Okay, one of each. Okay. You see here, right here, there's the big thing there.
Have you touched the bricks?
Yeah, I haven't. No, let me touch them actually. Holy crap! Some of those feel smoother than others, but wow. Hey, it feels different when cars have hit into them. You want a picture of just by myself? So what are you thinking about this? Are you liking this? Is this fun to do?
Oh, sure.
See, I told you it'd be fun. Other than my boy. Well, Nathan, so next year for the NASCAR race, do you want to sit all the way down there near turn one of the road course configuration?
Mm-hmm. Tucked away quietly, and it's parking spot in there. The middle car is the 2021 Corvette that Danica Patrick drove on May 30th.
Yeah.
Next to it, to the left of it, is a 2021 Camaro that was used for the road course race here, for the Verizon 200.
We were here.
Yeah, for both of those.
Hey, you know, it'd be fun to, I tell you,
This is one of the cars.
do you keep hearing about the next gen car?
Yeah.
Me and Nathan.
We actually had it out here on the track.
When?
Oh, quite a while ago.
Was it
They
different?
were here testing for the 16-inch tires with the single lug nut.
No, I heard Mr. Pinsky did night testing with the LMP2 cars. Is
Got
there
a lot
any?
of
Are we gonna put
ideas.
lights on this track ever?
Oh, about like Wrigley. At some point, I don't think you'll see night races here because we're too far inside a residential area.
Yeah. Me. Yeah. So
They may do a 12-hour like they do at Sebring. We have an 8-hour race that we do now, an 8-hour endurance.
So yeah, when we come here for the Verizon, yeah. So yeah, like next year, yeah, I hope to come here for not for just the Cup race, come here for IndyCar and Xfinity too.
Well, we got that'll be July 30th and 31st.
Yeah.
We call it the Brickyard Weekend.
Yeah, but you know what? Me and my friends say we really wish that we could have it would have stayed on the oval because it's called the Brickyard Front. It's a crown jewel.
Yeah. Well, the 400, it's still 400. It's
Yeah.
200 miles of IndyCar and 200 miles of NASCAR. Combine them together, it becomes the Brickyard 400.
Yeah.
That's the
Thing.
marketing thing behind it.
Yeah, I have an idea. Yeah. What's I keep saying, what if Indianapolis Motor Speedway had 2 NASCAR dates
Well, you never know.
with Roger Penske? I know he's a good team owner, but yeah. I say if we had 2 dates.
His plan is to have only one race on the oval here a year, and that is the Indianapolis 500. That's kind of his plan. Let's board back up.
All right, Nathan. What did you think, Nathan? Did you get? You got to come out on the track. Would it be funny if I would have found a burnt?
Let me get on the first one so I can sit in it.
Yep. That was fun. I was talking to him, saying like, "What if you guys could have kept it?" That's one thing. One, a road course, keep it. Two, then put the. That's what it makes. So what'd you think?
It was all right, yeah.
Oh, fun, Nathan. It was that fun to do.
Yes, it was. Right now, seeing where the cars are all lined up. Yeah. Nascar, and it's also the driver's seat.
Yeah. There's that. That's pit road right there.
Hey, Jeff.
Well, imagine if his last name was Gordon.
Thank you.
Well, kissing the bricks has become quite a tradition here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We have another tradition. It was started 60 years before the kissing of the bricks became popular. 1936 to be exact. Louis Meyer just became our first three-time winner of the Indianapolis 500. He brought his race car down to turn one where the winner's circle was held at that time. He pulled in and his crew handed him, thanks crew, the crew handed him a jug of buttermilk. That was something he enjoyed in his other two races. So he took a huge drink of it. The photographers took pictures, and somehow the pictures landed on the desks of the marketing department of the American Dairy Association. And they thought, what a great idea, it's still milk. And they awarded him $300 that day for drinking the milk. Over the next 20 years, it was done sporadically by the winners. But in 1956, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway adopted it as a formal part of the victory celebration, would be drinking the milk.
Poured it
On May 30th of this year, Helio Castronemes became a four-time winner. They took him, they finally got him off the fence. They took him and his car through the gate area here. They pulled it over in front of Victory Podium where we have a giant scissor lift. And they raised him and the car up onto the podium, pushed it back, and they handed him a jug of 2% milk. Because prior to the start of the race, the 33 drivers have the opportunity to select the type of milk they want should they win the race. They can have skim milk, whole milk, 1%, 2%. They can have fat-free. They can have lactate. They just can't have chocolate or strawberry because it doesn't photograph well. And they can't have soy or almond because it's the Dairy Association. And they awarded him a check for $10,000.
Wow.
Winners drink milk, as they say. With that, I'm going to turn it back over to Bob Jenkins. He's going to tell us about the scoring pylon straight ahead.
Oh, good.
Ahead is our third generation scoring pylon constructed in 2014. It stands just over 92 feet tall and has interactive LED lighting that can show the positions of all drivers competing in a race, along with the ability to display animations and other video graphics. There has been a pylon like the one you see near this general location since 1959. On the left is the entrance to the garage area and famed gasoline alley. The concrete structures you see were constructed in 1986, but there have been garages in that location since 1914. The garages located directly off pit lane were constructed in the year 2000 for Formula One and are currently used by NASCAR. The Speedway has seen many celebrities through its gates, from Hollywood screen legends Clark Gable, Shirley MacLaine, Paul Newman, and James Garner, to more modern-day well-knowns like Lady Gaga, Chris Hemsworth, Matt Damon, and Christian Bale. You never know who you might run into within the 2.5-mile confines. Here we are in Turn 1, known by many around the globe as the toughest turn in all of motorsports. Try to picture on race day 33 open-wheel cars tightly packed and traveling well over 200 miles an hour, all vying to fit through this narrow corner. I think you'll come to an appreciation as to why it has earned that reputation. To the left lies a large video board located just beyond the road course extension within the turn. There are numerous boards like this one of varying sizes placed throughout the facility. Nearly every seat within the speedway has a vantage point of one of these state-of-the-art screens to follow the action on track. This brings us back to where we started. Congratulations, you have completed a lap around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Your average speed was somewhere around 20 miles an hour, not factoring in our stop at the bricks.
Another
The fastest
controlled
official
ride.
lap ever turned here was by Ari Lyondike in 1996, slightly faster, averaging over 237 miles an hour. As we make our way back to the museum, please remember to take time and watch the video within the Tony Holman Theater. If interested in climbing into an actual Indy car and having your picture taken, we have one available. It's in the North Museum exhibition area on the right-hand side. Though located within the Speedway, the museum is a separate not-for-profit foundation. Any funds or donations acquired are put toward maintaining our world-class automobile collection and the continual operation of the track tours. It's our pleasure to show the wonders of this historic venue to visitors from across the globe